Hey guys, I'm Maddie and welcome back to my channel. When I'm filming this, it is Saturday the 25th. And on Thursday, I'm getting LASIK done, which is like a laser eye surgery. So I don't have to wear glasses and contacts anymore. I am so excited. I am also a little bit nervous because like you're messing around with your eye. Like you only have two sets of eyes. You don't get a second shot at this kind of stuff. But like everybody I've talked to has had really good reviews and has had a great experience with it. So I'm feeling pretty confident, but you know, there's just like always that little chance and that little voice in the back of your head. A little bit nervous, but I'm doing everything to the best of my ability to prepare for it. I go on Wednesday for a pre-op appointment to get some like pre-scans done, just to chat with the doctor. And then I go Thursday for my appointment, or for like the actual surgery procedure done. I don't have time yet for Thursday because they set the OR schedule like 2 to 4 days before the surgery day. So hopefully I'll find that out on like Monday or Tuesday, what time I need to be there Thursday. I'm kind of hoping it's earlier in the day as opposed to later, but we shall see. If it's later in the day, that would almost work a bit better because I do have class at 8 a.m. and it's a review class for a test. But anyways, I digress. So last week I had a Zoom appointment just to make sure I was a good candidate for laser eye surgery and that I kind of got the gist of what was going to happen. And there she recommended I start using a Systane eye drop. This is what the box looks like. I'm sure you've seen one or seen this at some point. It is like a lubricant eye drop, so it just keeps your eyes like nice and hydrated and soft and not like dry and scratchy. So I started using this today. She said that just kind of use it to prep your eye. It just makes things a little bit easier, I think. And then that's all I need to do to get ready for it is just use those drops. I think I'm gonna try to use them maybe like 3 times a day, like morning, lunch, and then at night. And then the next thing, because laser eye is very expensive, I'm gonna go through a cost breakdown like once I have finalized numbers, but it can basically be between like $3,500 and $5,500. So there's a bit of a difference there. It is an investment. This is something that I have thought about for a very long time. I have wore glasses since I was 12 years old. So that is like 13 years of having glasses. And yeah, I do have contacts too that I wear quite frequently. Probably I would say like 5 times a day I wear, or 5 times a day, 5 times a week I will have my contacts in. I like wearing them to the barn. If I'm going out and doing something like, I guess like skiing, contacts and I have a finicky relationship because I just find they dry out a little bit faster. They don't always like sit right on my eye. Sometimes they get a little cloudy and they're just kind of a pain sometimes, but then glasses, they're also a pain. They are also a pain in the ass. You just always need to have them. Like if I wear my contacts, I'll typically bring my glasses as well, just in case a contact does fall out and I need to have my glasses to be able to see because I am blind. Okay, not super blind, but like I'm a negative, is it negative or minus? Minus 4.25 in both eyes, and I also have a slight stigmatism. I also have a slight stigmatism in my eye, which I didn't realize, like when people see lights at night, they don't have a glare to them. Like that's what a sign you have astigmatism is, I think, from my understanding. I think they call it like a halo, but like the light looks like it's glowing and like lines are coming off of it, like little flares kind of. But yeah, I don't see true lights. I see them like glowing little balls, which it never typically bothered me until now that I know about it and I'm aware of it, that this isn't normal. So I'm excited to have that fixed as well because driving at night kind of sucks when you have one of those because it's just a pain in the ass when you're seeing headlights, but they're much brighter and take up more space than they're supposed to. I probably butchered that explanation, so I apologize for that. But that's my understanding of astigmatism. And not to mention, glasses are very expensive as well. And like this is a lifetime thing that I'm gonna be having them for. So I thought I might as well invest in the laser eye. And right now is like the prime time for me to get it done because I'm still young. So I'll get the maximum benefits of it. Like if you do it later on in life, I don't think it is as effective. Like it's still definitely an option and a possibility for you to do it at whatever point in your life, but just when you're younger it's a little bit easier, and you get obviously a prolonged time with no glasses, which I am so excited. I genuinely don't remember what life is like without glasses, like being able to shower and see everything. When I'm shaving my legs and being able to see, I can see in the shower if I wear my contacts, but typically I don't wear my contacts in the shower. And being able to like read the shampoo bottles and to wake up in the morning and just being able to see 2020. One thing I'm also so excited about is like laying down on the couch or like laying in bed, and getting comfortable while watching like TV. Because I cannot lay down like on the side of my head without squishing my glasses, and like these are wire frames so they bend and it's just so uncomfortable laying like that. So I have to like, it's a process to try to get comfortable when I'm watching TV because I can't see without my without my glasses on. So now I won't need glasses to be able to see the TV when I'm laying down, and that is so exciting to me. But as I mentioned, there are a lot of pros and there are also some like cons, finances being one of them. The possibility for like risks and stuff is obviously another, but I'm not going to get into that because I honestly don't know all of them. I know one potential lasting risk, it's like 1 to 2%, is the remaining like halo around the lights, which I don't know if it'd be as worse with astigmatism or whatever, but I will kind of debrief you after my appointment on Wednesday because I will get a lot more information there. The pre-op Zoom appointment was just basically getting like the general gist of things and setting up an appointment. Yeah, that's it. Oh, what all of that was leading up to is because it is such a pricey procedure, I want to take the best care of my eyes afterwards as I can and try to help them out in any way. So with that, I'm going to continue to using the Systane drops just to keep them nice and hydrated. But another thing that I have bought is blue light glasses. You can hardly see these ones because they're clear. But I just ordered these off of Amazon and it came in a 3-pack. So literally they're just clear lenses. They are slightly yellow. Like, I don't know if you can really see that, but they're supposed to block blue light coming in when you're like typing on like doing computer work, screen work. And because I'm in school right now, I do spend a lot of time on my laptop. These were like these are the very similar style to like my second ever pair of glasses. So these are very nostalgic for me. But yeah, looking through them, things are like a little yellow tinted, not crazy amount, but definitely like a little bit noticeable. I think these were like $19 off of Amazon. And then the final pair, these ones are so fun. They're like leopard. But I just figured I am investing into my eyes, so let's take care of them. And I didn't get blue light glasses before because it was just kind of like hit or miss if I was, there's a hair, wearing my real glasses. Like I could only wear these if I had my contacts in, and it just, I don't know. I didn't know when I would be wearing my contacts. I didn't really like wearing my contacts when looking at a screen because I felt like it dried them out and they were a little bit more strained, honestly. So I typically would wear my contacts anyways. All of that being said, that's kind of just the intro to this video. I'm going to take you along through the whole process. Afterwards, I can't look at a screen. I shouldn't really be able to or I shouldn't open my eyes too much. So I actually have the audiobook for Onyx Storm downloaded. I have read the book already, and it was released like 4 days ago, so I'm gonna re-listen to it. And yeah, because I can't watch anything, I just want to kind of put my headphones in or even just put it on a speaker and listen to it and like kind of probably come in and out of sleeping. Because I think it's like for the next like 18 hours or so you shouldn't open your eyes. And then yeah, the Friday after my surgery, I'll go back in, they'll check my eyes, make sure everything's okay, and then hopefully get cleared to drive. I'm very excited to document this because I think it will be hopefully like a life-changing in a good way experience, and that'll come out of it speaking highly of it. And I feel like I just want to share this with you. If any of you are looking at getting your eyes done. Getting your eyes done. What a funny saying. Like people get their noses done or the boobs done. I'm getting my eyes done. Tomorrow's the day I get my surgery. I had my pre-op appointment today. It was about 2 hours. So I went in, we did quite a bit of testing. They took measurements of like my eyes, my corneas, my prescription without my glasses, my prescription of my glasses, and then just like an eye exam where I had to read, you know, the lines and stuff. And then I met with a optical counselor, I think is what she's called, and she kind of just walked me through what tomorrow is going to look like, gave me some pricing. I'm going to be very transparent. It will be $3,990. That is including a $1,000 promotion thing. So if I didn't get that $1,000 off, it would have been about $5,000 total. And what I'm getting is it's actually not technically a laser. They're like manually making a flap with a little instrument and then going about it. To be honest, I don't really understand it. So I also have irregularly shaped corneas. So I also need what's called a keratoconus, I think is how you pronounce it. So that's just when your corneas are weirdly shaped, but a lot of people have weird shaped corneas, so it's not uncommon. And I need custom LASIK because my eyes are like right on the brink of needing like in between standard and custom, but custom is just better for me personally. But again, there are different procedures. I think there's like a total of 4 different procedures, and it is all very individualized. Like you will have to go in and get your eyes checked for them to choose a procedure. You do have like kind of a say, but not really. Like you could ask for one over the other, but at the end of the day, like the surgeons know what they're doing, so I trust them. I trust them to do the best job for me. And don't think it's just a money grab, because of the 2 custom, more advanced ones, I'm actually getting the cheaper of the 2. So don't think that they're gonna like push you, or at least my clinic didn't push me to the more expensive option. They are actually like saving me money. But yeah, so essentially the procedure is gonna be literally like 2 to 3 minutes per eye by the time they like cut a little flap and go in and do what they need to do. I'm so excited, but also a little bit nervous because obviously it's a procedure. You get a Xanax and some numbing drops of your eye. They're gonna send me home with some other antibiotic and other drops to keep them like lubricated, because you might like get some dryness that is to be expected afterwards. Also, it's like super cold here in Canada, so the weather is not on our side. But also, I never really thought about this, but like glasses and contacts actually protect your eyes from the elements. Like you're not directly getting wind blown into them, or like they're not directly exposed to the cold or the heat. So it's gonna take a while for your eyes to be used to being naked. So yeah, I don't think I told you, my appointment's at 12:15 tomorrow. They're gonna have to redo the testing, redo all like the scans and stuff just to make sure, heaven forbid something were to happen. And then I go into the OR. I don't really know if I have to wait around afterwards. Like they might want me to. They didn't really say anything about that. And then for 24 hours, no screens, no nothing. Essentially, just about 24 hours. Trying to keep my eyes closed as much as I can. So I have an audiobook downloaded. I'm gonna listen to Onyx Storm. maybe like listen to some Twilight or another movie or TV show that I know really well that I don't need to watch, that I can just listen to. But yeah, I'm hopefully gonna sleep. I might tomorrow go to class first. I have class from 8 to 10 and then I might just go there after. We'll see. Obviously I can't drive home afterwards, so my mom is coming with me. She's gonna bring me home. I'm done with my surgery. My eyes are closed and I cannot see anything. It was good. I will give you a full debrief, but honestly the longest part was chatting with my guy named Kevin, who did the pre-op scans and all of that, and like my eye test. The actual surgery itself, under 10 minutes in the OR. They said 3 minutes per eye, but genuinely I think it was less. It wasn't that bad. The smell wasn't great, but everything else, smooth freaking sailing. They did give me a relaxant before and I'm feeling it now. I'm extremely tired. I have to go to the pharmacy and pick up my eye drops. My mom will actually be taking me. I'm probably going in. I can open my eyes and it just looks like what they said, looking through Vaseline. It's a little foggy and like blurred, but not in the blurriness that I see without my glasses typically. And I got these snazzy little shades on. Anyways, that's a little update. I'm going home. Gonna listen to either Twilight or Onyx Storm. I haven't decided yet, but yeah, little update. I think it's about maybe like 2:30ish, give or take. Maybe a little after that. I'm in bed listening to Twilight, like I mentioned earlier. I have some snacks with me. I'm keeping my eyes closed, but they're kind of burning a little bit. I feel like I'm cutting onions, but not nearly as bad. I'm waiting for my medicated drops to come into the pharmacy and then my mom's gonna go pick them up for me. But yeah, not too much is happening right now. It feels pretty good. Still blurry. I think it's about like 3:30, quarter to 4 maybe. My eyes are starting to like run a little bit, but I need to keep these on even when I'm sleeping so I don't like accidentally scrub my eyes in the middle of the night or like in my sleep. But yeah, not much to update you on. It's just feeling a little burning, not really itchy, but just like I kept my contacts in for too long or like kept my eyes open for too long. They're just kind of like burny and dry a little bit, but are kind of feeling. But as soon as I get my drops, I'm going to put them in and then hopefully take a nap. I was given a relaxant before I got the procedure done. It was a Xanax. And I think it's like starting to kick in. I feel a little bit tired, a little like not drowsy, but just like I'm ready for a nap. Okay, so today is Friday. It's about noon. Not too long ago, I got back from my post-op appointment, and let's debrief. I'm gonna go through everything, start to finish, and just give you the whole lowdown. I know I kind of briefly explained it before, but I want to go into a lot of detail now that I am done. So I want to preface this by saying everybody's appointment is going to be very different and highly individualized because it is all dependent on your eye, your prescription, your cornea width, what type of vision, like if you're nearsighted or farsighted, all that kind of stuff. So both of my eyes were the exact same. They were both a -4.25 and I am nearsighted. So that means I can't see things in the distance very well. So very first thing I did was a virtual consult. This is just to get information about what LASIK is and kind of just give you the gist of it. In mine, she also gave me a breakdown of the different costs and kind of a range, which was helpful so it wasn't as big of a shock going into my appointment. And then with that virtual consult, we also set my appointment date. So I did my virtual consults on the Tuesday and my actual procedure was on the Thursday. So that was a very quick turnaround. I don't know what that's like for everybody, but fast forward the week of surgery, they recommended I use Cystane drops, which are these bad boys. It's just like a lubricating eye drop. It keeps your eye very hydrated. And I also wasn't allowed to wear my contacts leading up to my appointment. They said ideally I would stop wearing them the day of my virtual consult, but worst case scenario, I could wear them up until the Sunday before my appointment, so giving my eyes about 4 days to adjust. Because contacts, I think, actually change like the shape of your eye a little bit and can dry them out, and it's just easier to leave them out. So I stopped wearing my contacts on the Tuesday. I was applying those drops about 2 to 3 times a day, usually like morning, lunch, and then before I went to bed. And then Wednesday came around, that's when I got the whole lowdown. That's when they did a bunch of scans of my eyes. There's about 4 different tests we had to do, testing my prescription of my eye, testing the prescription of my glasses, taking measurements of my cornea, of my actual eye itself. And then I went and did an eye exam, just seeing what I could read, doing that reading off of the chart. And then I went into a like surgical counseling type of thing where she just explained more of the procedure and gave me my cost. I'm gonna be so upfront and honest with you about all of the details. So in mine, I think it's because it's the beginning of the year, but they were doing $800 off. So that was great. And then if I had booked for that Thursday, I also got an additional $200 off. So total, I had $1,000 of savings. And then each eye is like, you get a cost per eye essentially. And what I was doing, I got the advanced custom wavefront with keratome. I think the keratome is because I have astigmatism, not 100% sure, but the price for that was $2,290 minus the $500 savings. So total for my right eye, $1,790. And then it was the exact same for the left eye, another $1,790. And then with my LASIK, I also got the option to add on vision enhancement plan for lifetime. So you pay a one-time fee of $200 each eye, and then you basically get lifetime coverage if they ever have to go back in and like kind of buff the cornea. Like if some of your prescription comes back, it's completely covered for your lifetime. So that was an additional $400 total. And then there was a $10 gas fee. That being said, my grand total was $3,990. And I don't know if this is just at my LASIK or if it's like LASIK across the board, but they offer financing, which I applied for through Wavefront, I think it's called. No, Fairstone. That's the financing place that they use, and I could do a 24-month term at 0%, so I chose to apply through there. I got approved for $2,000, so my upfront fee that I needed to pay at the time of my appointment was $1,990, and then over the next 2 years I'll be paying off that remaining $2,000, and I think it's like $85 payments a month, but 0% interest. I didn't have to pay that at my pre-op appointment. They just gave me the breakdown to give me time to apply for the financing, think it over, kind of stuff like that. And then they gave me my arrival time for Thursday, so I needed to be at the clinic for 12:15. At my pre-op appointment in the little counseling, I also got a ton of paperwork. We also talked through some consent forms that didn't need to be signed there. I'd sign those at my actual appointment, but we just kind of talked through them just so I wasn't surprised when I got there. One of the more important things that I received was this post-surgery activity schedule. It just kind of gives you a breakdown of different things that you might do and like what days you can do them, and if you need eye protection to wear. And then this is just information about the vision enhancement plan, the one of the lifetime, just going through what is covered, the different options, things like that. And then this is the corneal imaging. This is required to do every 2 years to be in good standing for the lifetime coverage. Basically just going in, getting pictures of your eyes taken again and seeing if any of the prescription has come back, just so they can monitor the health of your eye. So that being said, the whole pre-op appointment probably took about an hour and a half, I want to say. I was there for 2:15 and I think I left like shortly before 4. So not quite 2 full hours. And I met with 3 different people. I met with one lady to do my scans and testing, and then I met with another guy to do my actual eye exam, like the reading of the little letters and stuff, and then a third lady to go over all of the paperwork. So, day of surgery, because you're not getting put out under anesthesia, you can eat. They actually encourage you to eat before you come into your appointment. I went to class that morning. I just went about my day as usual, still using my eye drops, making sure I was drinking a lot of water. And then I showed up at my appointment for 12:15. They gave me all of the consent forms to read through and to initial on my own. Got all that done, and then I had to go back in and meet with my guy Kevin to do my eye exam again, reading the little screen just to make sure nothing had changed from the day before. And because my scans were less than 24 hours old, I didn't have to redo the whole scanning and taking measurements of my eye. I just had to do the eye test. Then after that, I went to meet with Emily, who did my paperwork and consent forms from the day before. That's when we actually signed the documents. That's where she gave me a lowdown on my drop schedule, which I will get to. That's when I paid, dropped a nice little almost $2,000. And then she was like, if I had any questions. And at this whole point throughout my whole process, everybody was so nice, so kind, so friendly, so chatty. And they made the experience so amazing, made me feel really relaxed, reassured me if I had any questions, I could ask them at any point. But they did such a good job of thoroughly explaining everything that I didn't have any questions. Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. So just signed with her. Then I went back out into the waiting room, waited for a little bit, and then the surgical nurse came out, gave me my cutie little scrub cap. I'll post a picture here. And then I waited for a few more minutes, and then it was time to head into the OR. Not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous in the OR, so it's like a little bit fuzzy, but I sat down at the little eye exam. The doctor looked at my eyes. I was given the relaxant, which was a Xanax, and then it was time to go lay on the table. So you got your scrub cap on, you're laying flat on your back, and then you have to look up at this little screen above you. There are kind of like red fuzzy galaxy lights, and then there's a green light in the middle that you're supposed to be staring at the whole time. So you're laying back there. They give you some numbing drops in your eyes. No needles at any point. It is all drops that they give you. Like no IVs, no nothing. If that's what you're concerned about, there's no needles. Or not in my experience. Again, this is all just from what I experienced. Yours might be totally different, but no needles in mine if that's a concern for you. So then you lay back, and then what they do is they take they do one eye at a time. So your one eye is taped shut, and then they tape up your eyelashes because you would like to walk out of the OR with your eyelashes, I'm assuming. So tape your eyelashes. That was probably the most painful part, taking off the tape from my eyelashes, just because it's so sticky, and that's a sensitive area, especially like under your eye. If you ever had like a face peel mask, yeah, under the eye is very sensitive. So that hurt. But yeah, so you lay back, and then they have this little like vacuum suction cup type of thing, and that goes, I'm not sure if it goes like around your whole eye or just like on your eyeball. You can't see, so again, I'm not entirely sure. I think it just like covers your whole eye, and that's to keep your eyes still, like not moving back and forth. They put the suction cup on. It doesn't hurt. It just feels like if your eyes close and somebody pushes on it. It's a very weird feeling, but not painful. Not even necessarily really uncomfortable, but you're like, that's a feeling I've never had before. And at that point, your vision actually starts to go a little bit, which that was weird for me because I'm like, my eyes open, but I can't see anything. Like I was looking at the green light, and then your vision just kind of starts like going away. And what that is doing is that it's actually creating the incision to make a flap in your eye. So like kind of like a little semicircle. So they cut the flap, and then the suction comes off, and then they flip the flap open, and then that's when you're like told to look straight ahead, and then the laser goes in and does whatever the laser does underneath. And you do smell like burning flesh, but it just smells like singed hair. And so the suction probably lasted 45 seconds, no word of a lie. It felt way faster than that. Like no issues whatsoever. And then when they do your little flap thing, like again, maybe 30 seconds. Like I took probably 2 deep breaths, and within those 2 breaths, the smell was gone. And then they flip your flap back down, and give you some eye drops, and then tape that eye shut, and then go and do the exact same thing on the other eye. It was, honest to God, probably 2 minutes, like probably 4 minutes between both eyes. Like I was probably laying on the surgical table for 5 minutes at most. So they do that eye. It is kind of weird when he like flips your flap open, because you can see, your vision's not clear necessarily, but like you can definitely see when the flap is being pushed back, and then you can see when the flap is being pushed back over the hole, because then your vision gets really clear. That was like a weird part, because I'm like, I can see my flap moving. Like, okay, that's weird. And then, yeah, he like tells you, he puts some drops in your eyes, and he's like, okay, keep your eyes closed. We're just gonna like get you off the table now. So then you go back out, you're sitting up on the table, and he's like, okay, you can open your eyes now. And you can see, not clearly, like things are kind of like smudged almost. It's not like a clear, but it's not like fuzzy either. It's very strange, but mostly clear. And then you go back, sit down on the chair. He looks at your eyes again with his little light thingy. Everything's good. And they're like, okay, on your way you go. And before they send you out of the OR, they give you these nifty little glasses. They are oh so sexy. They're not super dark. Like they definitely are tinted, obviously, but like not black. Like you can see through them quite clearly. And those have to stay on for 24 hours. You're not allowed to take them off to sleep. The only time you are allowed to take them off is to put your eye drops in, but other than that, they have to stay on. And you don't have to keep your eyes closed. Honestly, I did. Like I had my eyes closed the whole drive home. Even when I was like laying in bed, I had my eyes closed. You're not allowed to look at screens. You can briefly look at them. Like if you're putting on a podcast, putting on a movie, or like an audiobook, like you can look at the screen to do that, but then only like for a brief, like couple minutes at most. So I like looked at my iPad to turn on Netflix. But then other than that, I was just laying in bed with my glasses on and my eyes closed. I was tired, like especially after that Xanax, like, oh my God, I was so tired. I slept for like, I think I got home around 2:30 or probably around 3 o'clock, shortly after 3, I think I got home. I laid in bed, I slept, and I put my eye drops in, and then I slept till 7. And then I was up, ate some supper. My eyesight was kind of clear, still a little blurry, but like getting better. Ate some supper, went back to bed for a couple hours, got back up, did my eye drops again, and then slept throughout the night. These glasses aren't comfortable. They suck to sleep in, I'm not even gonna lie. They pinched the sides of my head so badly, and like I just couldn't like lay on my side. Like it was just annoying, but you have to sleep in these so you don't accidentally like rub your eyes in the night or like poke yourself or something, and also to keep any light out. But yeah, that is basically it. And then today I had to go back for my 24-hour post-op exam, which was at 10:10. Literally just went in, did a reading eye exam. He looked at my eyes, and that was it. And I have 20/20 vision. Actually, I have better than 20/20 because I was able to read like the bonus line. So that is so exciting. He did say there was a little bit of inflammation, but he's not surprised by that because it hasn't quite been 24 hours yet. It's been only like about 20 hours since I got my actual surgery done. So he was quite impressed with how my healing is going and just how the recovery's been. Last night, I wasn't really in any pain ever. A couple times, like after doing some of the drops, I was like, oh, that stings a bit, but it didn't hurt, and the stinging only lasted for a few minutes. But like even just laying in bed after the numbing had wore off, I was like, oh, that like kind of just stings. Like it wasn't a burning sensation. It was like, oh, it kind of feels like I got something in my eye a little bit, but not even. Weirdest thing ever. And then when I woke up this morning, no pain. My vision's almost perfect. It's a little bit fuzzy in some spots, but also your body needs to get used to not having glasses anymore and to get those muscles working again. So it is going to take a little bit until things come into full clarity. But oh my God, it's amazing. It is amazing. The aha moment didn't really hit me because I had to wake up with these glasses on. So I think tomorrow, waking up for the first time and not needing to go reach for my glasses is going to be amazing. I'm so excited. And then in 2 weeks, I have just a follow-up phone call to make sure everything's going good, have no more questions, concerns, anything like that. I guess the next thing I will get into is my eye drops. I should go grab my eye drop schedule. So there are 3 different drops I have to take. These are just the boxes. The first one is dexamethasone, and I think this is an anti-inflammation one, and this needs to be taken 4 times a day. Well, so okay. For the first day, it needs to be taken every 2 hours. And then from Friday to Monday, I need to take it 4 times a day. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then before bed. And then we have Zymar, which is a gadafloxacin, and I think this is the antibiotic. And again, day 1, it needs to be taken 4 times, and then from Friday to Monday, 4 times a day, again, breakfast, lunch, dinner, before bed. And then we have these Cystane Ultra Hydration Drops. This is just to keep the eyes lubricated so they don't dry out. He told me I can take this as many times as I want. They recommend at least every hour for the first day, and then after that, 4 times again, from Friday until next Thursday. So these need to be taken longer. But after that, I can use them however often I want as needed. Like there's not a deadline where I should stop using these necessarily. Eventually my eyes will lubricate and rehydrate themselves on their own without these drops. But he said, quite frankly, I could take them every 5 minutes if I wanted to, just to keep my eyes nice and hydrated. I never suffered with dry eyes before, so I'm hoping it won't be an issue that I'll have to deal with after this, but I shouldn't be alarmed if I do need to continue using these after the 1 week mark. These were also offered to buy in clinic for $80, but I just got my prescription sent to my local pharmacy, and then I could put it through benefits there, and then at least they have them on record, which I think they came out to being about, after insurance covered it, I think these were like $5 for the 2 like medicated ones, and then this wasn't, the Cystane lubricating drops weren't covered by insurance, so I think it was like $18 over the counter. Not too bad. So like all said and done, this whole thing cost me just over $4,000. It would, without the promotion deduction of $1,000, this would have been close to a $5,000 procedure. Yeah, but it's like, you have to weigh the pros and cons of it. I would be buying glasses and contacts for the rest of my life. So how much is that? And also like the quality of life without having glasses anymore. It's a big risk, like pros and cons that you need to decide for yourself. I know so many people who have done this procedure, but I also know equally as many people who continue to wear glasses every day and don't have any desire to do this. So it's a very personal choice. Oh, I also wanted to add screen time. Today, after the 24-hour mark, I can I can have as much screen time as I want. I don't have to restrict myself. They kind of said, just kind of go back to living your normal life. Your eyes might get fatigued more easily, so then take breaks. But as far as screen time goes, it doesn't have to be monitored. And as for either these sunglasses or other sunglasses, I just have to wear them when I go outside, kind of protect my eyes from like the wind, snow, dust, things like that. And I am also good to go ahead and start driving again. Yesterday, I couldn't drive at all. Not that I would have even wanted to, but you have to wait until 24 hours and that you get the okay from the clinic to start driving again. I think that is it. I guess just final thoughts. I had a great experience at LASIK in Kitchener. That's where I went. All of the people there were so nice, so friendly, took the time to explain everything to me, took the time to answer any questions that I had. It was just a great experience. I am very happy with my eyesight right now. I think it's only gonna keep getting better and better. The recovery has been great. No concerns as of right now, and I hope that continues. I'm very excited and very thankful to have this opportunity to do it and to be able to have the funds to get this done, because I know it's not feasible for everybody. It is quite an investment, but I think in the long run, this is the right decision for me, and I'm very happy with it. No regrets at all. Anyways, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll try to answer them. LASIK is just the company name. I think it's like actually laser eye surgery or something like that. There's a bunch of different places around me that do it, but LASIK is just kind of what it's known for, I guess. And yeah, reach out. A lot of them do like free consultations, so then you can ask any like specific questions pertaining to you and your situation. Again, not everybody is eligible for laser eye surgery. It might not suit your lifestyle or your eyes, just whatever. It's very personal, so ask a lot of questions, and you will be able to find a professional that can hopefully answer your questions and just help you decide if this is what's right for you. I just went to go push up my glasses because it's such a habit. That is going to be one of the biggest things, is breaking the habit of like reaching for my glasses and like pushing my glasses up, because it was more of like a tick than anything, I would say. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!